boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
You have a moment to speak further. adventure.
You and your adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage?
At last we are come to the land you call the New World. My home. Tura.
I did accidentally flash my Blue Sky front page there. Thankfully, the art on it was not porn, so I dodged that. I dodged that. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Finally. After such a long time, leveling myself up, getting all the way up to 90 on Red Mage. Deca's looking great for it. We are ready to actually start. Making sure, actually, that I've set up properly my notes page. Ooh, almost. Ooh, yes, I did. Okay, cool. We got our notes. We have... all I've done is I've taken my old Endwalker notes and gone through and written down all the colors so that I have them ready. The one negative thing right now is that I don't have... Bada-boom, bada-boom. I don't actually have, to my minor annoyance, a notebook right now. I don't know where all my notebooks are. Surely they're somewhere around here. I just haven't been able to, like, find one of them, which is weird. And mildly concerning, but probably won't be an issue. Ghost, do you want to come back? I felt you brush against my legs. Ghost! Nah, he's chilling. So, I think I should be basically all set to go. My brain is going to get mad at me, though, if I don't take care of one small bit of nuance first. Which actually is going to require me to log because I forgot that I'm currently on the wrong data center. And it's going to annoy me if I don't go back to Crystal. Have fun, Calvi. I've exited the game instead of going back to the main menu because I'm so goddamn good at this. I set up, put all that effort into making sure that my introduction was ready, into making sure that I was ready, and alas, now I gotta come back in, and I don't even have a cat to give me affection after messing up. Oh well. It's fine. It wouldn't be a me stream if I didn't fuck it up slightly at the start. Now just to deal with a couple of lurking issues. First off, I gotta get back to my data center. Second off, there is something that makes me mildly nervous, which is I thought I already started a Dawntrail notes page because there's like the preamble quests, but apparently I did not. So that's sad for me. Now let's make sure we swap back to Crystal. Character is currently visiting the Ether data center. Fuck. Okay. So we go back to Ether. We swap. It's fine. We go back to Ether. We grab Deca. I feel like we're finally starting something new. I am. Hi, Jesse. It's been a hot minute. Return to homeworld. Yeah. There we go. So at the cost of all of our queue times are going to be like 3 times as long, we get to go back to our home. We get to go back to where all the LARPers hang out. LARPer feels like is objectively the wrong term. But oh well. Is me. We get to go back to all the people who actually read all the voice lines out loud and hurt their throats forever. I'm pretty nervous starting this for one main reason, and that is I did not re-up on my Final Fantasy XIV lore. I'm going to be remembering things as I go and as I'm making notes, as compared to my memory. There was a time when I took like a 3-month gap. Maybe I took like a couple months off between each expansion that I ran through, but I think I ran through A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Word, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker basically all back to back to back. There were some gaps, couple months, etc., where I was like, all right, before I take on the next expansion, I'm gonna take a break. I'm sure that happened after A Realm Reborn. I'm confident that happened after A Realm Reborn. But oh yeah, I was in the middle of trying to get those quest logs done. Trying to unlock the actual story-based race quests in Thavnir to level up to get myself up to 90. But I'm all good. I got my Red Mage leveled up. I'm in my level 90 Red Mage gear. I feel snazzy. I have fire now. That's cool. And, well, as much as I would love to stall some more, let's do it. Welcome back, Dekka. Good choice of words. I've just had a word from Arenvale. It seems he's managed to secure passage to Turul aboard a guild ship vessel. I'm gonna be continent. Continent is Turul. Arenvale is the guide. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. Here we go. I'm trying to start Dawntrail. Why are you knocking over something that's glass? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, the cats might be innocent. I did walk into the main room, and they were both napping and looking away from me. So either one of them is a really good actor, or I just misheard something or heard something outside. Alright. There's my map. There's my map I paid a good amount of money for. Remember when I got the Dawntrails collector's box and then sat on it for like 6 months and then didn't actually play the game for like 2 years? Welcome back, me. Tell me we've got voice acting again, please. We're close. We're close, I feel. You passed me in MSQ. Congrats. Well, thanks, Viz. It only took like 3 weeks of prepping. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. How the fuck did I do all these voices? Poorly, is the answer, but the only one yet to arrive is Arenvale himself. Hey, buddy. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Turul. There will be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Arenvale. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Turul, yes? No, Waklamont, character that I don't remember at all because it's been forever since I've done the quest that actually introduced you. What am I doing? We've not forgotten. The nation of Turul, continent is Turul, nation is Tuliolol, is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rites of succession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. Trying to become Dawn Servant. Thank you. In addition to that, Alfino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. God, thank God they're going through all this at the start so I can write down my notes. I only wish I had a notepad so I could actually write stuff down properly. Alfino and Alize are helping Garlemald reconstruct and hoping to rebuild trade. By visiting Turl, we hope to learn about how its myriad cultures interact. About how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsebald. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be sure that we'll give the contest all due attention. Learning how cultures meld. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kyle? God, I'm so happy we're starting out with this. Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the Stoic Servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me that you changed your mind. Hoist sail on the wind. Well, we won't make you Dawn Servant by standing here and talking about it. I got all these new clothes. I'm ready to ruin them with sea air. Ha! A man of action. Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. I wonder how the rest of the, Oh god, what was the name of our organization? What was the name of the organization that saved the world? This is where we're starting my memory at. They were the Scions. I wonder how the rest of the Scions are going to end up in the new world. Hey, Aaronville, let's run it. Organization 13. You know what? Fuck it. Close enough. There weren't 13 of us, but there's also not 13 people in Organization 13, so who gives a shit? Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Please tell me I'm right about that and that there's more than 13 people in Organization 13. Because I do remember that. Because it's one of those things that Kingdom Hearts likes to lie about. The camera is moving. There's going to be voice acting. That is much bigger than this.
Savoring the moment, I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Oh, don't jinx it.
Do not be so quick to relax.
I should turn the audio up. I'll do that after this
Turl may
cutscene.
seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Guthishwin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
I forgot how much I love Carl's voice actor. Did you hear become privy to the nickname this character got by the community for stupid reasons? I assume it's related to the voice acting, which I've heard enough complaints about.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's
Why the
fine.
sound effect?
I trust you have everything you need.
And away we go. Off into a new graphics engine. It was funny, I was looking at the sloop in the trailer and I was like,
So does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Cattenbrand did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Toral.
girl, it's dangerous up there.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat.
I feel like I'm watching a cat standing on the balcony. Dekka is just there in case she falls. Dekka, you're not a white mage anymore. You can't cast rescue. Yes, good. Please tell me that you're gonna up-res the world map at some point. Please. I just want a higher res world map. It would mean so much to me. Uh-oh. Is shit gonna go down? But the sky is blue. Bad things can't happen when the sky is blue. I appreciate how... No, I don't know how ships sail in the ocean well enough to tell how obvious it is that the ship is standing still, actually. Because I don't know what the ocean looks like. Because the ocean is scary. Fuck that.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
God, I need to finish The Wager. The book about a shipwreck.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
Everyone knows nothing bad ever happens during sea voyages. Yeah. That'd be really funny. A warrior of light went to the distant stars, defeated by the ocean.
What seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Toral was far, but it's another thing to really know.
Yeah, you tell me. My arms are getting tired from posing here for so long.
Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession.
Is that guy with green hair going to be important?
Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
Oh, I also just realized she's wearing the earring that came in the letter, probably. That's cute. I assume that's what that earring is. It stands out.
Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Alright. Let's go ahead. Boost the audio a little bit. I turned it down a good while ago. This is going to be loud for a second, sorry. Remember it being at 30. Let me adjust my volume. Oh no, that's an appropriate volume for y'all. I can turn it down a little bit. Didn't realize how quiet it was. Well, I did know how quiet it was. I just didn't realize it was that goddamn quiet. Alright. Let's take a look at Lou. Hey, Alize, what's up? There we go. I can feel my edge start to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? I see you in Eorzea before. You great and famous hero. Gah, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. Really? There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's becoming impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warbrand have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I want to retrace the historic journey of the great Kentenran. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural almost 80 years ago. I did, I took notes. But I will say first Eorzean in Tural. The Mamuljal's leader is said to have welcomed Kentenran with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Kentenran returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. Well, I'm sure he's gonna show up. Hey, we'll come up. Deep breaths, deep breaths. You stay calm then. Cats don't like water. So it goes. What in the Ishgard is this name? Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Fontain's the name. I was working at Eshthaim's Aesthetics in Ul'dah, you see, but my employment with him came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger and suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliol seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Well, mildly suspicious, but it is Ul'dah to be fair. Yeah, every Mamulja NPC in the game prior to Dawntrail had always spoken with broken English, so they just decided that they were faking it. You know what? Based. I heard Anvil was looking for passage to Tuliol, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of our chartered vessels. As fortune would have it, we'd just scheduled an expedition to Tural. I wonder how many times it'll take before I actually remember the difference between Tural and Tuliolo. Till the vessel been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. An adventurer, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Ul'dah. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Makot, the Hedsaro, the Hrothgar, the Zabral, not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that class. A fair assumption in some cases, but take care not to give offense. Mildly weird, but alright. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next to the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession. Your young Waklamat being one of them, of course. But from what a Mama Jaw bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the 3rd promise. I'm gonna make a note of that. I assume the 3rd promise is Oh, Third Promise is the organization that Anvil, organization is the Third Promise. Yeah, I don't remember which one exactly that is, but I'm sure I'll pick up on it. Oh, fuck. No, I don't want to go back to Old Charlian, please and thank you. Kyle! Wouldn't that be really annoying to be like 3 months into a 4-month journey across the sea and then just kind of forget what you're doing and absentmindedly teleport back? And then be like, ah, fuck! Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan names. We should have Wuklamot and Anvil teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. They're not so much an organization, each promise is an individual. Oh, the promises are the royal heirs. So the third promise is, I assume, the third generation of royal heirs.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
Okay, this is a weird call out. But as someone who's only watched like the opening cutscene of like all the 1.0 cutscenes, like the first 5 minutes, I am getting deja vu.
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Viera live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
Okay. Shaktural, north, many Viera settlements.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
It's a big storm.
Oh dear.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Mods! It's okay. I have a gun. God bless America. I can't believe that wave of bots is taking over the ship. Okay, but do the 14-year-olds have to be in the middle of the storm? Oh, shit.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
Thankfully, I have experience in this.
What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Wuklamar, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
Oh, there's 16? I'm sorry.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
I don't like the idea that in the middle of the contest for the throne, Wuklamad is gonna get sick. I hope nothing else about this was metaphorical. Alize almost, you know, dying trying to help people is at least fitting. This ship has a bar? This is a fucking nice ship. Cruising around at the speed of ship. Every ship has a bar because they use the exact same model for every ship. Fair fucking enough. My brain does see the loose stools and everything, and I'm just like, wait a second. What? You just have bottles on like an open shelf? At least put a rope across it. Alright, I'm preparing myself for the reveal. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm mildly nervous.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Oh, that's cute.
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
We're gonna make it. There's going to be no context for that.
The ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well.
Ah,
I'm
but
sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliolal's coasts. Come.
shouldn't you be playing Metro 2033, Viz? Bad. No, because it performs like shit. You know what? Fair fucking enough. Ooh, do we get a reveal? Oh, is this the slip? That makes so much more sense.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
I was so annoyed in the trailer that there was like a sloop, and I was like, how the fuck did they sail across the ocean in that? But no, that makes sense.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh, easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
I think the formal term is a tender. Well, we'll all out our own terms. But finally, for the first time in forever for me, I'm excited for this build-up. I'm ready. Damn it, I was like, that's a small continent.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
That's the trailer line! That's me! Wait a second, I'm not a Viper.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
That's cute that they're actually doing the trailer. They're even doing the trailer shot.
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
This shot must be so goddamn funny if I was a Lalafell.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Kitty here. We stood on top is all. There we go. Ah, yes, Dawntrail. Look, I didn't see that the L was cut off by my camera. Sorry, the least I could do for that is some proper YouTuber face. Hang on. Now just go back and paste that over the Dawntrail, and then there, you got it. You're all set. I'm not even streaming on YouTube. Next thing you know, I'm gonna call every game console a Nintendo. I'm very excited for when English actually picks up a proper word for YouTuber face. I don't know what it's gonna be, of course, because no one's figured it out yet, but there's gotta be a term that will adapt eventually, right? Shockatainment. A second option. Alright, I gotta stop distracting myself trying to think of new words.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihiola are still few and far between.
Oh, thank God someone finally said it out loud. Tuliola.
And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
No navy.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
Okay, this is going to be funny no matter how this ends up working out. Are those officials who are here like, you, where are your documents?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant.
Cool.
We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihiola?
Oh, we're here to interfere, I think.
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
I see. Okay, I got incredibly confused by the grammar earlier, but that makes sense. Wuklamat is the third promise. Okay. That makes sense now.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
I also like this weird leopard man. That's cute.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
Honestly, with every passing line, I'm getting more and more nervous because the voice acting seems fine. Good even so far. But first, it's finally time for me to explore a new hub city and set my new home. You know what? I'll let you tell me that I should go explore the new city before I explore the new city. It's lively as the Uldan, even more colorful. According to Anvil, the Vanu I thought I saw belongs to a clan known as the Hanu Hanu. It seems they share more than a physical resemblance. I wonder what kind of trouble those soldiers are expecting. Actually, that's a good call out, Kyle. It's so nice to feel that familiar breeze again. I wasn't sure my stomach would make it. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. You arrived in Tulihyolal. You can now return to the city anytime by speaking with the sprightly sailor, an old Charlian. Alright. The real problem is Dawntrail has some questionable voice direction, but I'll not harp on that too much. Oh boy. They're really incredibly funny that whenever they seem to introduce a new world, there seems to be people arguing about the voice direction. Right then, first things first. Don't mind me, that's just my pneumonia, excuse me. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. I'm kind of assuming that when I make my notes, the rite of succession is going to be the center thing that everything is orbiting around. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? We were wondering who these strange folks were, so the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Drop that background music just a little bit. Followers. Wuklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick, no sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance. But you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please, don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. I like their clothes. I like all the bands of color on the back. That's cute. They did have a point. Wuklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Dekka, you and Kyle can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have enough time for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Cena was the first in the booth. Perhaps we should wait a bit. At least until Wooklamot's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. I can't wait for this bit to come back up in future expansions. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Anvil already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. I actually also noticed that. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay. Mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yoktoral, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. So the north is Zaktoral and the south is Yoktoral. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Well, as soon as you two are done going Super Saiyan, Neat. I do wish these ladders functioned, but I'm also very thankful on the programmer's behalf that they do not. Oh. This is Bayside Bevy, Turlial's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right, I should mention that here in Turlial we buy things with Pel, a currency that the Pelu Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your gil. I'm gonna write that down, actually, that Pel is the currency. There's also Wachu Meki Meki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. Well, somebody jumped off a ledge. That is a awesome looking aetherite. Awesome enough that's going to cause my computer to explode from the frame rate of it. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have aetherites in Tuliala. I think I told you before, but my brother, Kwana, spent 3 years studying in Sharlayan. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us the knowledge of aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once. Had one built immediately. Did you do the tuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Zektoral. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post on the way, though. That's the headquarters for the Lance Guard. Why don't you inform me? What exactly is the Lance Guard? Tell me more. Oh, I also need to pay attention. I forgot that there are dialogue things all over the city that I do need to trigger manually. This is neat, though. Main market down there looks very pretty. Main Aetherytes is a little bit separated from everything, but I'm always okay with that if it means that everything's a bit prettier. What have we got here? Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Woklamat gets her endless endurance. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Yeah, I don't think I would want to navigate a wagon. I don't think I would want to navigate a wagon down this, like, what is that? 30-degree slope? 25, maybe. Fucking wild. Just a horse the entire way down is just standing firm, dragged down the mountain by the wagon behind it. I assume they have... Actually, no, horses weren't native to North America, so I kind of assume that horses aren't native to Tuliolol. Though I guess horses aren't a thing in Final Fantasy in general. Chocobos? But chocobos are birds, so there's kind of an excuse for them to be on both sides of the ocean. There are horses in Authored? That sounds fake. I don't believe you. It's a pretty gate. This does feel like the biggest city that I've been to so far, just in terms of like sprinting from one side to the next. Here we are, Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliolol and preserving the peace. The Landsguard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally, Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zoral took over as the commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Okay, hang on. So we have the nation of Tuliol. We only know the leader is Papa right now. But the first promise is Zoral leads the Lands Guard. Which the Lands Guard is just the army. No. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to, well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alfino and Alize should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Skygate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. I can't believe Will has forgotten about Stormblood already. No, I'm not being baited into this. Oh, pretty gate. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokhoi. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. Yoktural, the southern lands of the mother, and Zaktural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond this bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long, long ago the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale. I am put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. But getting back to Zaktural, those lands are also part of the Tuliali nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the people of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural have been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to the myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne. so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaktural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the Rite of Succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. Then I'll make sure you win. Mark my words. That's curious. I wonder then if we're not going to explore the northern continent until the next expansion. Considering the fact that it's all icy and snowy in the next expansion, I know. That makes sense. You really mean that? Woe to anyone who stands between you and adventure. I appreciate that we're also throwing our full force behind getting her to the throne before we've even met any of the other ones. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliolol is unlike any other place I visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Do I get... As soon as I figure out what's going on with my inventory, they are fucked. Hang on, I have some triple triad cards I never opened. Now where is Yoink? Please tell me that's better than my current thing. No. Am I going to equip it anyway? Yeah. Neat. You know what? At least it fits my aesthetic better. We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. I was about to say, you have dirigibles too. Tuliolol certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. Away we go. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so to speak, if you see something that interests you as we walk. Yeah, this is a fucking big city. Almost feels empty because of it. If I had to say one thing. It's weird to have the army bases and then so little between them. Though, you know what? I guess that's not really a problem. Right. I already lost my sprint. Jesus. Where are we off to? I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of a Yokhoi temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zaktural to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After the Yokhoi withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliolol. We climbed these sets of stairs here, all the way up. Cute. Just gonna take a quick view of the city. That's neat. That's a mildly annoyingly placed tree, but I'll live with it. I'm curious about that dock over there, actually. But we'll find out more later. Oh wait, that's cute. Is this a playground? That's adorable. That's cute. Maybe, well, you know what? Those fences will stop any random children from falling over, I'm sure. Am I jumping ahead in the tour? Papa's palace is called Volok Shunsa, which roughly translates to Invincible Resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. Alas, I'll believe you that we're coming back here later. I am a sucker for ocean views as much as I hate the open ocean. So this is all very pretty. It's also kind of nice that it's like one big open area as opposed to so many cities which tend to have like walls to hold them in. Like thinking back through all the host cities, we have Ul'dah, which is literally a walled city, so you can't see the surrounding area. We have Gridania's city, which is literally called Gridania, isn't it? That one's just surrounded by basically sheer rock walls. That one's tiny. I want to go through all the main host cities myself to see if I can remember which ones they are. There's Ul'dah, Gridania. The island one. The island one has some pretty open views, which is nice. But due to the limited walkways, it is more like tricking you into making it feel like it's bigger. What is the name of it? It's I can mentally walk from the Aetherite to basically anywhere in the city, but I can't remember the name. Limsa, Jesus. Okay. There's Ishgard, which has the giant wall around it and is very foggy, so you can't really see much. In Stormblood, let's see. I'm not gonna remember the names of any of these goddamn cities, and it's gonna bug me every single time. But if I had to pick a main city, the only real one that I could pick is the one just outside of Authored. Kugane. Kugane is nice. I love Kugane. It might be my favorite host city or, main city until now. But it definitely has a wall around like 3/4 of it, so it's hard to say that it's got a view anywhere. A Realm Reborn, Stormblood. Oh, I already did Heaven's Word. So Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers does have a strong contender with no, not the World Unsundered. What is it called? The Crystarium? But the Crystarium definitely suffered the most from like just being a little bit too empty. All of the stuff in the Crystarium that I could use was basically in 2 points in the city. There was like the actual hotel area where I slept and where like a lot of cutscenes took place, and then like the base of the Crystal Tower. It also didn't really have views because it was literally again walled in to protect from the stuff outside of it. And then what was Endwalker's main city actually? Oh, what am I talking about? It was my home point until, well, this expansion. Old Charlian. Which is probably the closest to this that we're gonna get. No walls, big open space. Technically opens up to a giant open area underneath it, but that's like an actual area, so that doesn't count for obvious reasons. The Lolly Lule Low. How dare you? I will remember one thing every hour, and if I go over that amount, my brain combusts. So, this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Yak'Toral clans. Mamulja, Zabral, Pelupelu, Moblin, Hanu, Moblin. We also have Tonawata, Hetsaru, and Shitona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Zak'Toral. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tuliyolal's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. You got to visit Lads first, but not use the Aetheryte for a while. Ladzat Han. Oh fuck, I forgot about Ladzat Han. No, I think Ladzat Han is easily my favorite host city. I do love Kugane. Well, I love the jumping puzzle in Kugane, but I think it's really hard to argue that Ladzat Han is like such a banger of a city. Huge drum? Wait. Oh, that. There we go. That big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Landsguard returned from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. My partner's back. I'll be right back. I am back. And I have the most cursed daiquiri you will ever fucking see. Because it's wrong in every way. Doesn't this look appetizing? Would you too like to drink toilet overflow? It's tasty. It's weird, but it's tasty. Context, that's... I guess I mix cocktails now. Because my parents got me a starting bar kit. Because my dad is really, really into cocktails and everything. And I got dragged into espresso stuff because it was just interesting to me. I like making it more difficult to enjoy myself, I guess. And so cocktails seemed like a natural evolution from that. Unfortunately for me, or unfortunately for that, my partner's favorite rum is something called Kraken Black Spiced Rum. And recently I was just like, hey, this is completely the wrong rum for it. But what if I made a cocktail using this and just checked what happened? And now we have cursed daiquiris whenever we should so choose to have them. I texted my dad. I was like, man, I just made this with like black spiced rum instead of like the, I don't remember what the term is, but I think just white rum that you're supposed to use and everything. This is weird. This is a very cursed drink. And he was like, there are no rules. However, comma. Alright, what have we got, Wooklamot? And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? Those look more like hot air balloons? Oh, no, I see. It's one ship with two balloons. I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliolol. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Kawana brought back plans from Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about dirigibles. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. Well, that'll be enough for the dirigibles as soon as I go attune with this Aetherite, of course. I'm incredibly curious how... Oh, no, yeah, that is just one thing. I'm incredibly curious how this is all going to square, because this is a lot of Eastern... There's a lot of Eorzean tech and cultural things that have been introduced to this city, like, incredibly quickly. Like, over the last, apparently, like, 10 years or so. The first thing we got told was, hey, we don't want any outsiders messing with the right of succession. Who are you? Why are you here? So, I'm sensing one possible thing that's going to come up as a source of tension over the course of this campaign. Which is like, yeah, this is... I mean, spoiler alert, things didn't go great for the New World when that was discovered in real life. And I'm putting that in massive air quotes. So, how are we going to... If you're going to go so far as to mirror the fact that, like, potatoes and tomatoes were brought from the New World to Eorzea, like, how is the rest of this going to square? This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as the Yoktora Landgate. But when Papa founded Tuliolol, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Through this gate is Kozama Uka, the wetland south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozama Uka. The name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Llama? They have llamas? How did I not notice? What do we call them? Motherfucker, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome, four-legged fiends. Fearsome. They seem quite placid to me. Careful, they'll spit on you from this distance. You'll learn soon enough, Kyle. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. Surely that won't come back later in any way. We're gonna put this gun up on the wall, and it will stay there unfired throughout the next 2 acts. Are those pillars what Wokla might want to show us? Wait. Okay, my brain wanted to assign importance to the fact that these 2 are unadorned, but considering the rest of them are, that's probably nothing. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliolal, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations. But if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. Okay, I'm interested in this. Tell me more. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder assertions. Alright. You know what? I'm glad he warned me. That's nice. $7.3 hinges on alpacas. This is a lie. Damn it, I got excited. Just give me a raid boss or a trial that's just like Good King Mogomog, but with alpacas, and I'll be happy. Pictures? Wait, no. These are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a 2-headed Mama Jewel. Oh, then this must... Wait, like the one from the trailer that I was fighting? That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Jula Jaja. Can I write that down? And his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyola Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. This is a young nation. And there's no better way to learn how Tuliyola came to be. Study them as long as you like. Like, we dealt with, like, Ishgard kind of, like, transferring to a new system of government. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, fuck. The 4 stones closest to us cover the first half of Papa's travels. Let's start with those. None of these are lies, are they? This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket's... something. I can never remember the name. You mean Ketenram? The first Eorzean in Tural. Ah, that's the one. Ketenram's arrival in Tural is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Ketenram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Okay, so 2 options. 1... was he a, oh my god. The antagonist of A Realm Reborn through Endwalker. My brain is only saying Ishgardian. What is... Someone help me out here. What's the proper noun? Ascian, thank you. So either he's an Ascian, or some shit went down. This one recounts the lay of her past. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Zabral, like me. For decades, the Zabral and the Mama Ja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end that conflict have since been hailed as the first steps in the finding of Tuliolal. There's a clan of Hrothgar and Bojan known as Hellions. In their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tural, Zabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. That's interesting. So I kind of assume that, if I'm picking up on this right, Wuklamot is not Gul Jaja's biological daughter? If they're of different races? Let's see. This one is the Lay of the Potch, which depicts the moblins of Kozama Uka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silverwork they sell you is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard for when it comes to gift giving. Clearly, the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is a story of when Papa visited the Hanu in their village of Kozama Uka. Ah, the people Alfie know almost mistook for Vanu if not for the colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it was with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year. Very famous and a lot of fun. Okay, so there's the explorer from Eorzea, and then one of each of the three main races here. There's the Vanu, the Moblins, and whichever race Wuklamot is a part of. So if the first one is like a unification essentially of those those three races and Eorzea, what exactly happened after that? I assume a unification with the north? The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu whose homeland is in Okopacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliolal's markets, and the traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tural. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Wuklamot is a Hrothgar, or a Zabal in this one. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Ah, the Lay of Proof. That big fellow is one of the Yakhoi, the largest of Tural's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yaktural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northwards, setting their sights on Zaktural. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Sky Gate. Pardon me for a moment. Closing the door. I don't know how much of my partner's conversation with their mom was coming through, but I figured I would close the door to make sure that it was a little bit more muffled. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Okopacha. I've never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to announce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? I don't know, but I'm going to count this as foreshadowing. I'm going to make sure I write this down. What was the name? Yakhoi. Yakhoi. Giants who almost conquered Tural, but stopped at the last minute and withdrew to Urcopacha Mountains. Cool. Ah, this one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliyoll's history, whatever that might be. Alright. And now my mom is calling me. I promise I'll be right back. Who's a little baby? Who's a little baby, man? You're a little baby, Ghost. You're a little baby. Look at you. You're so small. Why do you let me hold you like this? You struggle, eventually. But the important thing is that at the start of it, I get to hold you. Like a little baby. Like the little baby you are. Look at him. Look at this fucking dork. This dork loser. He can't even, he's not even struggling. He's just chilling. He will struggle. He will struggle eventually when he's done. When he no longer wishes to be held. But for right now, he is baby. Right. Freedom for baby. Escape. Okay. So plans have been locked in. I can stream for 2 more hours, alas. Here we go. This one is my favorite. The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tural Vidral, Valigamada. I should explain. A Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Oh, so this is what I was fighting in the trailer. Taro described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valigarmanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years ago or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and sealed it away in the Ukupacha Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Valigarmanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Tuliyolal's national emblem and adorning the banners at the palace. Had your fill of history, then? Yes, thank you. That was all very interesting. Are we gonna get a little guy? Glad to hear it. This is the little guy music. I'm expecting a little guy. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. Cute. Cute. I did find it incredibly adorable that the trailer featured, Catboy Gahatia eating a big sloppy taco. Appropriate. If you're gonna have any character eat a big sloppy taco, it needs to be Gahatia. I'm gonna be mad if there's a single fucking trailer which doesn't involve him getting a big bite of something delicious to eat. Yeah, but he eats it wrong. It's his first taco. We forgive him. Have you ever had tacos? They're truly all classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made at Bali of Thai best. And I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Brook Evu. Come, Othello. We are being treated to a delicacy. At the risk of sounding like Waklamat, the mere sight of so much fine cuisine is making me ravenous. This is Brook Evu, the owner. Don't let his unassuming appearance fool you. When it comes to making tacos, he is the greatest artisan in all of Tural. I'm mildly confused, seeing a sprig here. I thought that the green sprig meant that you hadn't played through at least the newest expansion yet. The choice to read all the dialogue aloud means Will is going to have a hell of a time learning Mesoamerican pronunciations. I'm gonna do my best.
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Is that alcohol? Wait, is that Jack Daniels? Why do they have Jack
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
What are the Silver Scales?
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
The Silver Scales were in the antagonists
Now
and
to
dungeon
find a
back
spot
in
with pleasant
Wanderer's
views to
Palace in
enjoy
a
our
realm
crunchy
reborn.
spoils.
Well, that's cute. Still, I wonder, like, what they are.
Oh.
No, not the tacos! Who would be so cool?
Aw.
Sup?
If it isn't the third promise.
What the?
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Imagine accidentally knocking someone's Burger King over and you look over and it's like the third Prince of England.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Who the
Was
fuck
there
are you?
something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
Okay, that's not Gulul Jalja or Zorlja.
The third promise remembers us. Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Oh, which promise are you?
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Gulul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by the fact they have a toe ring. What's up?
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense. Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
About 20 minutes ago.
Listen to me, you.
What a prick.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
I assume Gulul Jaja is a... Oh, are they called Jaja because they have two heads, as opposed to like Zol Ja, the first promise, who only has one jaw?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa,
Boniwa.
and the Dopro.
You're getting it.
Everyone's
I
in
get
Great
educated
Wall.
guess.
Two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubico and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Eugenics, if you will. No, I will not.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know.
Give us 20 minutes.
Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
I am very much entertained by this fucking high school level, you knocked over my tacos, you goddamn monster, bullying. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliolal cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alfino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talonmarch if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volokchunsha. Ah, my poor empty belly. Let me make sure, take this opportunity real quick to make sure that I'm attuned to all the Ethernet shards in the area. I want to say that there's only two we missed that weren't the palace. That one, this one, the palace, and that one. Okay, I'm right. Quick cruise round. I will admit, and while this is some level of my own damn fault, a level of disappointment that I've apparently missed out on this place being bustling with players. One benefit, I'm sure, if I actually play the new expansion, what's it called? On a decent schedule, we'll be able to actually see new territory covered with people. Evercold, thank you. There's a couple people. Just a couple. To be fair, I'm also on a less populated server. So, you know, I don't really know yet how well populated these are. But alas, it'd be cool to see these streets actually filled. I think with this, the last Ethernet shard that I haven't... Yep. Only place I haven't actually used is the palace. The second city is the hangout spot, at least not counting Limsa. The second city in this expansion, I assume. Disappointing, but fair enough. Also makes much more sense. God, I wish my tail didn't clip through the back of the red mage robes. But oh well. It's fine. I'll get used to it. Right, I am excited to see the inside of this palace. The outside of it looks cool as fuck. I do love... I don't want to call it red brick. I miss... Okay, here's the biggest problem of moving from Chicago to the West Coast. Is that Chicago actually uses brick for a lot of its architecture. Which is really, really, really nice. And then you move to the West Coast, specifically the Pacific Northwest, and everything out here is like plastic and stucco, and it's gross! And I'm mad about it. False. The seafood is better. The Asian is better. The food is not necessarily better. Chicago is better Italian. Chicago is much better pizza. Don't fight me. Chicago is better Polish. And we have better hot dogs.
You have named one thing that I like eating.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And to be fair, you are Italian. Why do you need to go out for Italian?
Because I never got good at making chicken parmesan. My family's fucking meat sauce recipe is not the type of thing you can put on chicken parm. The food is amazing. Passing Montmolja, let's try a fruit called Cherry Moya, and it was just sublime. Brag about it, but not to Wooklament. Where are we? One big thing that you're going to be bemused by as I continue to play is that this expansion is Mesoamerican themed, which means I'm going to have to learn Mesoamerican pronunciations. So if you ever hear me talking and then hear me like stop for like a couple of seconds and then mangle a pronunciation, that's because that's what just happened. You made it. Good, then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. What, are we just going straight into it? Upon speaking to Anvil, several cutscenes were playing in sequence. Well, fuck, here we go. Cheers. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate, which was like herding a pair of unruly corals. They had fun. They're 16. They get to be kids. I understand it all too well. Charlian had the same effect on me. Right then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there is no telling what we might be in for. Okay, that's not ominous. Bit of light sparring. Do we get to meet the other promises? Is Bagul Jaja one of the promises? That was never clarified. When the fuck did you get here? Let Alfino say fuck, actually.
More to the point, why is he here?
Actually, you know what? Fair enough on Alize.
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunpurge to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
I appreciate that my horn made it really hard to tell if I was smiling or not there.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Why the fuck are you here?
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
Heyo, I saved the world.
I see you, warrior.
Was it Vow of Resolve and Vow of Silence? Something like that?
We had no idea you meant to visit Toral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
Good joke. Gonna remind you of it in about 30 hours. God fucking bless.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
I'm gonna write that down, actually. Head of resolve and the head of reason.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Oh, he seems nice.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
The vow of resolve and the vow of silence. Write that down too. Well, no, I want to forget about it, and then for you to be like, Will, you fool!
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant.
Yeah, dude, you didn't deflect that smoothly.
I
We
took the
got
name
that.
while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! Old-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Wait, no, why the fuck? You know, he was just here because he wanted to be. Which, you know what? Fair. That's kind of what Estinian does. What is he gonna do? He's already done all his revenge, and that was why he was in every other location in the story before this. Cool. So these are all our main characters, I assume, including the dickhead. Oh, not even Gulul Jaja likes him. Feels like we might have an unfair party advantage.
The first promise, Zorolja.
Leader of the Lance Guard.
The second promise, Ona.
Kind of surprised just to see, wait, a machinist? What is a machinist doing over here?
The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja.
Interesting. I don't know who Mamuk is yet.
You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Serpent.
Is this the first time this has happened? Because he built this nation, which implies that this is the first time this has happened.
I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young. And so I look to the always for inspiration.
Okay, interesting.
The rite of succession. The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamuja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
And that, I assume, is Bakul Jaja.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shok Tural leading the Lance Guard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Damn, get him.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the rite of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Ona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer as proof my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you'll need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Interesting. Okay, the pillars we looked at then. I don't remember them well enough to know if any of these are different, but I definitely recognize all of the ones so far. That's the ice one I saw at the end.
Tuliyollal saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth.
Oh my god, do I have to get gym badges?
Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you.
Oh no, is this entire expansion gonna be one long fucking company of heroes bullshit?
Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is thick. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just successor and be done with it.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clement, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Alright, this should be fun. Also, hi Polaris. I'm interested. Dawntrail has made a very good first impression. Kyle?
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
I mean, kind of fair.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
God bless you, Kyle. She continues to be such a good lass. God, her walk cycle is still so silly, though. I forgot what their walk cycles. Just looking at them compared to the other ones.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galov.
That is how a child who has pooped their pants walks. I'm ignoring that. I was instead thinking of like a puppy who hasn't learned how to walk properly yet, who does the big step. The ooh, big step, 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 step.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I've made my decision, and I mean to see it through.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Oh, cool. I was worried I was going to have to ask you about that. Popular, isn't he?
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome name. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
What are you doing, buddy?
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Okay.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Sarelja, the palace seal. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son. Is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with a head of resolved features and a head of reasoned scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Wants to conquer foreign lands with his martial power.
This puts him in direct oppositions to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Well, that's not a great sign. Interesting that this is the only one of these successors that seems to be traveling alone.
Second promise. You must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
He definitely has an advantage in that department.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant.
Humble, at least.
If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
Really? Okay. Studied in Charlian studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and batter as only close siblings do.
That's the same college the twins and Carl went to, and Istrola and Urianje, and I think Thancred and Lise too, or well, Lisa's older sister. I at least remember that much. I was curious. I was like, oh, did he have a tattoo? Does he have a PhD? Oh boy. Still popular, huh?
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your deity.
Well said, brother.
I do like the Mystic's voice actor. That's a very smooth voice.
The Mamulja finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Well, everyone's just leaving before Wook Lamont shows up? Damn, not a popular girl, is she?
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wook Lamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
That's cute.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Did you know Wook Lamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better?
Woklamat, I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
When were you going to your mom's?
I'm getting there at 6:30. Why? So I'm gonna leave here on 6. Alright.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Does make a sort of sense if you're pitching her as like the for lack of the diplomat of the 4 contenders, that she would have the largest party. Convenient to us, since it means that we get to hang out with her. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and the connection to the Tuliolal saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. A good idea. Let's go and take a look. Oh, hello, Tony. Are you emerging? Was your nap good? Can I jump on these rooftops? Hell fucking yes. Okay, damn. You didn't have to point that out.
But I did.
Yes, I know that you did. That's why I went, okay, damn.
Because I nudged him with my foot.
Oh, so you woke him up.
Yes, I said, would you like to cuddle? And he said yes.
As pretty as I think that the city is, as much as I love the architecture, I'm a little bit sad that I'm probably not going to find myself running through it that often. Doesn't seem like there's much point to these upper areas beyond getting to and from the palace. Whoop! I should probably take the advantage of that knowledge and just walk through the city properly as many times as I get the chance to do it, if we come back here before the story is finished. The preparation of intricately carved tablets for every claimant must have taken considerable effort and forethought. We should consider them weighty reminders that this contest is no light-hearted matter. At a glance, they seem much the same. That makes everyone. Oh, I didn't realize that Alize and Kyle were over here. Well, Clement, the tablets, if you would. Of course. Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's 6 of us. That's almost 7. Unfortunately, Estinian fucked off. Did I have less tiers at the bottom, or? Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference between the tablets that have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. Oh, fuck. So, now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said that we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Charles' peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tulialo saga. The events the glyphs portray. Do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of the Reeds was in the nearby Hanuhanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Apparently, it ravaged Toral several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Okay, bye. Damn, Anvil. It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. We have a hotel? Or are we gonna have, like, a traveling caravan? Is this a hotel? Because that's cool. What a comfort to have our lodging sorted in advance. That's right. The reservation is under Clamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you finish organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Zabalia Tai. Greetings, visitors to Tuliolol, and welcome to the Forard Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. How convenient! So, the salt water seems like it must be hella expensive. You know what? I do want to look inside of it real quick. There's more cabanas, but it's neat. Let's take a lookie. That's peaceful. That's cute. That looks like a neat chair. Or a lounging chair, I guess. It's a dress armoire. Food and everything, yeah. I was mostly just curious about the architecture. The fan bemuses me. The ceiling fan bemuses me greatly. Cute. I really appreciate wooden or natural interiors to housing. I mean, I know this isn't wood like tree wood, but I appreciate this type of architecture quite a lot. Some part of me again was hoping for a little bit more stone. Did someone just knock on our door? Nah, well, it's pretty. Although I do appreciate / note. I don't know how much these have to be next to each other, but it does amuse me that they were like, I don't know where to put all the stuff that we have to put for our players in / hotel room. Just stuff it all on one wall. I am gonna take a quick jog. Just to take a peek. My brain does want to go all the way. Is there going to be anything at the end of the dock? Probably not. Is this like half the city? Yes. Is this way more trouble than it's worth? Also, yes. Am I doing it anyway? Yes. Can I think of enough qualifying yes / no sentences to actually get me to the end of this incredibly long pier? Maybe. Oh, cute. There's some more sloops out there on the water. Jagged rocks up to the northeast. Kind of assume that we're not going to be traveling in that direction. And a little sitting area. Cute. Alright. Actually, that raises a great question. So I recognize that there's the two different land masses. Dawntrail, it looks like we are going to dip up there temporarily. Okay. That's interesting. You know what? I'm going to spend the 100 gil just to not have to run all the way back down the bridge, though. I'll waste a little bit of time, but not all of it. Right, I think I'm going to go with the main quest until after we get out of the city. And then I'm going to take my notes and end the stream there. And I presume this is going to kick us out of the city. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Dekka. But where are Anvil and Waklamat, I wonder? Waklamat. Ah, yes, the information. Wait, are those the two inventive dudes that were fans of checking my notes, Kawana? Oh, good, you're all here. And who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. Cute. Hello. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? I am honored that the Third Promise would seek my advice. I, too, am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Wait, that's not a child? Is that what the moblins look like? Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Speaking stones? Or whatever they're called in this world? What's this? This is called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. What a friendly gal Waklamat is. For her, finding these willing to cooperate is as simple as asking. With stroke of luck to forge this connection to the palace may be the beginning of a profitable partnership. So are you... No, you're a Pelu. I see. Well, they look just like a human child, but bluntly, I'm not going to be very surprised if this is a situation where it's like, oh yeah, we didn't finish the models in time, so next expansion is when we'll see what Pelus actually look like. Alright, what have we got? The Tuliyollal saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Okanu, is located in Kozama Uka. The other, smaller fellow is one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Ukupacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in Wachimpelo, their village. Now, as far as deciding which village to visit first, why don't you pick that put that adventurous instinct of yours to work first, Deca? Pick our destination. The course from the helpful Hana will temple effects the course of the approachable Palu and vice versa. Second quest path will become available once you complete the quest of the first path. Huh. Well, I am more curious about the Pelu, which kind of makes me want to do them second, if that makes any sense. Like, the Hanu seem like big birds and everything, but I'll save the best for second. Let's go with the Hanu first. So, what is it you'd like to know? The route to Okanu. We go south through the Arch of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kozama Uka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart and several people injured, if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. We'll be sure to watch our footing. Thank you. What the fuck? Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they were hit hard by that storm. Anyway, if we're bound for Kozama Uka, we should head over to the Arch. We'll be back to talk to you in good time, Master Merchant. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Zbalvia Thai. It's all been arranged. Probably by Aaronville, honestly. Unlimited tacos in exchange for a few days of my time. I'd be a fool to pass up that deal. Alrighty, I think this is probably where I'm gonna have to cut myself off. If I'm heading to my mom's for dinner. It's gonna take me a minute to write down all these notes and everything for the first time, and it seems like a natural stopping point. Head outside of the city as a reward for my first time actually, you know, starting the expansion. Alright, so I'm gonna pause. Is there a problem? No, I don't think so. Alright. Oh yeah, this arch is open, but the northern arch is closed. Makes a sort of sense. There's not even an exit that way. That's interesting. Normally, at least, even with, oh no, I'm looking at the wrong spot. This is the palace. This is the exit. Okay, so we're gonna leave that way eventually. Right. Well, how about we start taking down some notes? Bada bing, bada boom. Now then, how big did I actually make this center piece? Not very big for the looks of it. Where is that? Size 15? No, it's some annoying size between 15 and 18. Good job, past me. 15 and 20, I mean. What the fuck is the size of this? Did I make it 16? Not 116, thank you. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. So, right smack dab in the middle. Welcome to our central premise for this expansion. I can write cleaner than that, probably. Apparently not. The right of succession. That is too big. Fuck. How big did I make this on my old thing? The final days covers a breadth of space about 2,000 across and about 1,000 big. Okay. It's about 2,000 across. It's about this big. And about 1,000 tall, reach from about here to here. There we go. That's much more reasonably sized. If incredibly mildly off center. Yes, that will bother me. And yes, I am going to fix that. Oh, I didn't actually... I do have to start over. Because that's not the right layer. Wait, hang on. I can do this. This is in GIMP. It's fine. We're simply going to do a new layer of lighting. We are simply going to select by color. This, please. On the background. Let's boost that threshold way up. Cut. Paste. Merge down. And casually just let's just ignore how badly I fucked this one up. Boop, boop, boop. I'm not even sure any of you can see that, but it's gonna bug the shit out of me just knowing that it's there. So casual little outline of the light of succession for anybody to peek at. Alrighty. So, let's take a look at our notes and think for a moment. So, there's the continent of Tural. How about we start... I misspelled right! This should not be this hard. Fucking damn it. I assumed it would be light, like, whatever, but no, it's apparently light as in light. No, that kerning pisses even me off. Good enough. Okay. So, oh, I never saved my notes. Let me do that. This is Dawntrail notes. Okay. So why don't we start with the 4 people that are actually aiming to do this and give them their own little section. So we have the successors. Let's start with, that's not the enemy's color. That's not the enemy's color, is it? I think that may be part of me copying stuff over to the other thing. Could have screwed up that slightly, but whatever. I'm simply going to ignore it. So first on our list of enemies, how about we start... Actually, no, there's a proper name for this, isn't there? There's the Dawn's Promise. So let me back up for a second. This is going to be the longest note-taking thing that I'm going to do since it is the first one. Hence why I'm taking some extra time to make sure that I get this right. So why don't we start with actually Galul. Let's put his name in green. He seems like a good guy. So we're starting with Galul. Ja. How long ago was the continent united? I believe 80 years. So united. Tural. No. I almost want a special color just for locations. Didn't I have a special color for... Wait, purple isn't one of the colors I picked out. Is purple a color... Wait, what was I using purple for in Endwalker? It's only used like down there. It might have been a color that I forgot. I mean, it's a little similar to blue. I'm not going to worry about it right now. United to Tuliyollal, about 80 years ago. And then, let's see, we have the children, who are the Dawn's Promise. Starting with... Let's get down Wooklamad and give her the most space. So we have... Is my... What the fuck? Why is this color wrong? Do I have the wrong tool open? Yes, possibly. I'm using the paintbrush tool instead of the pencil tool. That might have been fucking me up. shouldn't really matter, but oh well. So we have Wook. Lamont. This doesn't seem like the right color. Hang on. Am I losing my goddamn mind? I could have sworn... the color I use is actually a very, very dark blue, not like a black. I think I'm losing my mind. Whatever. So, Wook Lamont. I need this to be slightly smaller. The third promise. Any other real notes to take on Wook Lamont so far? Desires for peace, not really anything notable right now. Might as well, you know what? I'm gonna write it down. She definitely does not get sea sick. I'll also write cheerful, diplomatic, likes peace. And then we have some other characters to write down. Am I using the color orange for anything? Because, yeah, I'm using it for dungeons. These characters make me mildly nervous, but aren't like villains yet. So we have... Zor... Alja. Commands the Land Guard. Let's just write down strongest warrior. What was he called? The resilient child? I'm gonna put down resilience child. Resilient son, thank you. Only biological son of Ja. Ja. Who? Two-headed. Ja. Jas. Are supposed to be infertile. And then we have, oh wait, yeah, he is of course the first promise. And then we have a character who seems like he's not really going to be featured in a lot. He seemed very underserviced there by that opening, which makes me mildly confused / curious. We have Koana. The second promise. Studied in Charlian. I should write down their motives actually. So Zorolja, he wants to win and conquer more lands. Koana, studied in Charlian, wants to win and bring in more tech. Where do I fit in? I mean, I guess that Oh, I see what happened. A little bit. I picked my color and it kind of fucked with the layers of colors that I had. Whatever. Okay. So, right, we have cool. Remind me what these two-headed creatures are called, because I cannot remember what they're called. The Mamulja. I think, if I'm understanding this right. Let's just confirm that. Final Fantasy 14, Mamulja. Yeah, okay. Okay. I am actually going to, with that in mind, go back very slightly. Erase this. Get it nice and small. Right. So, Bakul Jaja. He, won a tournament. I think I actually wrote in 6, didn't I? Yes. I actually write in 4. No, did I write text in 3? Oh, shit. Yeah, that would explain why this text feels so big. Alright, so won a tournament. That feels so much nicer. To compete in the light of succession. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm actually going to already be bringing in. There's nothing that will help me remember this guy more than just to quickly go over and paste in. There you go. Sup, buddy? Nothing could be more representative of this asshole than this asshole. So we're just gonna have the lash. Slapped in there. I don't have a lot of other information about him yet. Yeah, I didn't really write down anything else. So let's see. We've got Gul Jaja, who I will write down has the... Let me go ahead and merge the lash down. Head of resolve. Head of reason. as much as it bugs me, I should probably actually make a note that the Mamulja have 3 different clans. Mamulja. Clans. What are they called? Tribes. Mamulja tribes. Final Fantasy 14. Oh well. The wiki doesn't make much note of it, so I'm not going to bother doing it either. Let's see. What's next in my notes? Well, the continent of Tural. I guess I should note. The start of the Right of Succession, realistically. So why don't we do that? Hey Will, how's Dawntrail? Hey Kurt. Pretty decent. We got to the point where I'm about to leave the city for the first time. And I'm taking down my notes. And I've got 18 minutes of... I think I've been taking notes for like 20 or 30 minutes now. And I've written down this much, which is not a lot. It took me a second to remember how all my notes worked. So let's see. We arrive in Tural and find a green. How's Dawntrail make sense? Listen, I'm trying. It's gonna take me a while to get back into the notes, into the rhythm of taking notes properly. Estinian. And what's the name of the dude? Gulul Jaja. Sparring for fun in the palace. I'm just gonna call him Galul because we're chill like that. Galul. Welcomes us in parentheses Aaron Ball is known to him. And summons the others to start the light. Of succession. The contest. Find the city of gold. Hang on. Retrace. The 7 steps of Tural's unification. Find 7. What were they called? I'm just gonna call them arbiters. 7 arbiters along the way with keystones. Find and unseal the city of gold. Kyle asks Global and Google's letter to him to survey the city of gold. She and I'm just gonna scribble in here. Plus the hearing in the letter she is turned away. So walk Lamont does not get an advantage. Oh my god, I forgot how much this hurts my arm to like just scribble all this down. Did you meet Bakul Jaja? Yeah. You mean this fucking asshole? You mean this guy? Yeah, we met him. Oh, we know all about Bakul Jaja. We know too much about Bakul Jaja. You may notice, if you play Deadlock, I have chosen to attribute him with one specific character. He stepped on my tacos and he must die. Yeah, fuck that guy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna write that down specifically. I can't wait for him to be at the City of Gold and just be like, yeah, I mean, I couldn't find the keystones, but I didn't have to. I just need to wait for one of y'all to get here with the keystones and then kill you and then take them. So I can't wait for him to be the level 89 child. Level 87, maybe. Well, I know there might be a bunch more going on once we actually get to the City of Gold. Let's see. And then Zorolja. How do I spell this? Zorolja. Kwana. And exit to an adoring or afraid crowd. Who disperses / is surprised that Lamont is participating. Okay, I think that covers everything. Hello. Hi. Whomstiv. I'm not sure we've had the pleasure. You've met me just as I'm finishing up my note-taking. I'm highly interested in your chart. Well, hello. Yeah, I'm playing through Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. And every single time I play through a Final Fantasy expansion, I've taken notes. Like these notes with Endwalker. So I'm just going through. I'm just finished my first session of Dawntrail. Finally, after spending the last like 3 weeks leveling up Red Mage to 90 to actually be ready for it, because I play a new class every expansion. After taking like 2 years-ish off since finishing Endwalker. So I'm excited to get into it. But alas, I only have 5 minutes before I really need to leave. I think I'm gonna leave it here. There's a couple of random things I didn't actually note down. No, let me actually, this is important. So let me make sure. I'm gonna just dedicate the top right to not that color. So let's see. So we have Tural. And which is the continent. Let me actually make this a little bit closer, because this is probably where I'm going to put all my areas. I am always nervous about space, but I've never really had to run out of it before. So let's write down here. Tural. And then we have Tuliyollal. So this is the country. This is the continent. Now we have 2 separate sides, and I'll dedicate this side to blah, 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 to Zak Tural, which is the north, and this side to Yok Tural. Which is the bada bing bada boom south. Okay, so I've got the continent down. Bada bing 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 bing. I almost forgot. Let's see. Let's write down about the Lance Guard, which is the army. I think we're almost done. So we got the continent of Tural, the nation of Tuliyollal with the Lance Guards, the army. Gulu Jaja, who has the head of resolve and head of reason, and we don't really know a lot about him besides he united Tuliyollal about 80 years ago. We have the Dawn's Promise, which is the children of him. I didn't actually write that down. Adopted and biological family of Gulol Jaja. Well, hi and bye. Hi, sorry, bye. I'm locked in. Thank you for rating. I hope that your stream of whatever you're streaming was nice. Alas, I need to make sure I get this down. But with Gul Jaja, we have the Dawn's Promise, which are his adopted and biological children. We have Zulukja, who leads the Lance Guard, or commands the Lance Guard, wants to conquer foreign lands, blah, 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 blah. We did not write down his Ah! We have Sariel Za, who is the Palaceer. I really need a color for like neutral NPCs. Second promise, Kawana, studying Charlian, wants to do technical stuff, check, work Lamont. Third promise, cheerful, diplomatic, does not get seasick, don't forget that. She does not get seasick. We're the Bakul Jaja won a tournament for the right of succession, so he is the chosen of, what was it? Mamuk. I'm reading off of, I typed up some notes in like Notepad during this stream, which is where I'm getting all this from. So the chosen Mamuk, the right of succession, which I wrote down all that. Country, this currency is Pel. Currency is Pel. There we go. And then I just didn't write down notes on Aaronville, Alvino and Alize, Kyle, Kessenram, which is the first Eorzean in Tyrell. I guess I might as well note that one down real quick. We have Kettenram. First Eorzean in Tyrell. 80 years ago, and only because it seems like it's gonna be important, I'm gonna write down actually that little bit they tried to slip past me, which is that Gul Jaja started unification after meeting Kettenram, how did I spell this? Kettenram. Okay. And that'll be my notes for right now. I should probably note down the scions that are actually in this. So I'm just going to draw down a note here and say scions and finish those notes later. That's where I'll put down everything with like why Alfino and Alize are over here, why Kyle is over here. Aaronville is not a scion, but I might as well include him in that band. Just in that band of like people that traveled over here. I have to go, because my mom is eating dinner with me. So, thank you for the raid. Thank you everybody else who was here. I'll just throw you at Frostbite, who just started streaming, I think. Because Frost is a nice streamer. Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go right now. There's no more delaying. I'm waiting for as soon as this raid is ready, I am out of here. I hope that all of you have a lovely rest of your weekends. Stream schedules, reminder. I'll be streaming Dawntrail twice a week until it's done. Tuesdays at about 7:30 Pacific time, and Saturdays theoretically
pepperoni and toasted cheese.
Theoretically around 10 a.m. Pacific time, if I wake up on time. Like today I did not. Don't laugh at me. Alright, bye-bye! See ya. And if you're still here, you know what? Call your mother if you have a good relationship with them. If you don't,